Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pink and Blue Podcast. This is episode 25, and you have something to talk about, Henry.
I do. So, I was thinking about this yesterday in the shower, actually, because,
Right.
when you're in the shower, your brain is, the juices are flowing.
You had an
You're
r/shower thoughts moment.
Not really, but sure, yeah. But why is it that, like, when you're 13 and 14 and 15, like, some of the worst years of your life, that's like, yeah, that's when we'll have middle school.
Is that what you were thinking about?
That's what I was thinking about.
Can you elaborate?
Well, like, I'm sure that middle school is just associated with being, like, awkward and horrible because those are the ages that you're at, and you're, like, adjusting to all your surroundings and puberty and whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about that, and I was like, wow, middle school is really ass.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So I was wondering if you wanted to share any of your horrific middle school experiences with me.
In 8th grade, so, when you're in 8th grade, you're kind of the top of the school, the top of your class. And my school, it was only pre-K through 8, so it was like 8, like you're done. After that, you're out, right?
Did you have middle school?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, well,
But
I guess it doesn't apply then.
But the only reason I bring this up was because I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, that really sucked.
Yeah.
But we decided, or not we, but the people on the student senate, they decided, hey, we haven't done a talent show in a while. Let's do a talent show, because we used to do talent shows all the time, and they were awesome when we were 3rd graders and watched other people do stuff. So they decided to have a talent show, but no one signed up for it. And instead of
cool.
So like 3 people signed up for it, I should say. And then I think the student senate was like, oh, we're gonna do a little choreographed dance thing or whatever to fill spots, but it was so short that it wouldn't actually fill the amount of time that they had saved up for the talent show. So they just made us 8th graders do a bunch of different random stuff to fill the time. And that was awful.
So you were forced to participate in a talent show?
I was forced to participate in a talent show of which I have no talent.
That's not true.
But no talent that I could do on a talent
Maybe like
show.
no performing arts talent, but
yeah,
that doesn't mean that you have no talent.
No, for sure.
I walked up on stage and said, I am void of talent, and walked off.
But I remember it was the student senate that had a thing, and they all danced to, like, popular songs or whatever. So there was a group of boys that danced to "Stayin' Alive." That was interesting. As they should. And then the entire 8th grade class did one, and that one sucked. And we had to spend one of our music classes preparing for it. That was a good use of my time, though. I really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that. It made you a better person.
No, it didn't.
More well-rounded.
But yeah, I have a ton of stuff like that where it's just like shit that they made us do that none of us wanted to do.
Yeah.
Actually, this reminds me, we had a project, also 8th grade. Not a project, but it was an activity. They were like, yo, we want to... There was this, like, month where we were talking about, like, homeless people a lot for some reason. So
As you do.
The whole 8th grade class went to, like, a homeless shelter or whatever, and we, like, served food and stuff like that and passed out clothes and, like, coats and socks or whatever, and that was fine. But our teachers thought it was a good idea, and this is a tradition here, but they thought it was a good idea if we made our own cardboard boxes and then slept in them outside to
You actually had to do this?
to simulate being homeless.
Because that is exactly what it's like.
That's exactly what it's like. So
that is exactly what it's like.
And they've done this multiple years in a row now. So there were a bunch of guys that, like, pooled all their resources and made one giant box fort of cardboard boxes.
That's kind of epic.
And they were allowed to bring like blankets and stuff to sleep in. But other than that, it was just show up at 8 p.m. and we'll see you in the morning when you crawl out of your boxes.
I feel like that just like is a major like health concern.
Not only that, but it's also just very insensitive to homeless people.
Yeah, that just like implies that everyone who's homeless like sleeps on the ground in a box.
Yeah. So
which is not true.
Luckily, this was optional. So I stayed home and I ate Five Guys for dinner. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
Got to sleep
That
in
does
my warm
sound better.
bed. That one right back there, actually.
Hey, bed.
And, yeah, no, so this was going on, this was like 5 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And, this was when, like, all the clown stuff was still going on. So people were scared of, like, there being clowns running around. And it's like the month before they did it, there was a report of like an actual clown running around in the area of my school.
Same.
So that was interesting. So they had police officers stake out around the boxes at all times.
That's so
this
funny.
Giant mass of boxes.
Dude, I forgot about the clown thing. There was someone who got caught like drunk running around like a clown in my town. Like they were running through the woods like by the high school. And everyone was like, what? Like we were terrified. But you actually got me thinking about my talent show experience.
Ooh.
Which I as a performing arts student, that's a lie, have tons of.
Right.
Let's see. So in 6th grade, so my school was structured like very strangely. Like we had a school that was like K through 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 7th and 8th was middle school, and then high school was normal.
Yeah.
So 6th grade was the end of like our intermediate school for us. So
Right.
we had a 6th grade talent show. Now let me tell you, this performance was great.
It was fantastic.
My pal Alec and I, keep in mind, Alec is now majoring in music. I am majoring in architecture.
Right.
Those two things are not very close. So when I got up on stage in 6th grade with Alec and I's custom dubstep remix, that's literally what it was just called. Like, we didn't even make a remix of a song. We didn't know what it meant.
Just called
So we
Dubstep
just called our
Remix.
song Dubstep Remix. I could probably find it out there somewhere. What do we use? I think we used a song. It was called like Audio Tool or something
Garage
like that.
Band.
No. We were not that sophisticated.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like snippets of like pre-recorded audio, and we just like put them together.
Yeah.
I guarantee you I could find it. I'll try to look for it sometime. But we put that, and so when we came up to like the woman who was running it, we were like, "Oh, we made a song. Like you should like play it." And they were like, "All right, well, how are you going to perform?" We were like, that's kind of fresh out of luck in that department. So we stood up there with sunglasses and hats on, snapbacks. Keep in mind,
Right.
we had both of our headphones like this.
Down on your
Like
neck.
just on our necks. And then we proceeded to stand there like this for a minute while the song played. And then also they had it as like the lady was like, "Oh, well, we could have it as the intro music as people are walking in." So as you were walking into our 6th grade talent show, all you hear is and we were like, "Oh." Looking back on it now, one of the greatest achievements of my life. It was fantastic.
Wait. So,
I mean, Lil Nas X would be like crying on
was
the
your
ground.
performance the intro performance, or did they play it as the intro and then you performed with the same song later?
No. That was it. So it played while you were walking in, like just in a loop, like over and over again. It was like a minute and like 35 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
And so when it ended, it just played again. But then when everyone had gotten into the auditorium, they were like, "All right, Henry and Alec, go on up." And then we stood on the stage like this with our dubstep drip.
That's awesome.
Back to back like that for the whole minute and 35 seconds. I don't think I've ever sweat so much in my whole life. It was so funny.
That's awesome.
So that was my talent show experience in 6th grade, and I have 2 more actually.
Really?
So
Go for it.
one more thing. So in high school, obviously we're seniors this year. It's crazy to think that was 6 years ago. 6 years of development, and I still think that was the coolest thing I've ever done. Just kidding. But, so they usually have like a 12th grade talent show as well, like a senior talent show, and you're supposed to recreate the act that you did from the 6th grade. So I'm so glad that it got canceled because of COVID, because I really didn't want to walk up on the stage and sit there for like a minute just like... And it'd be really funny because I play the drums now, and Alec plays the saxophone, and he's really good, and I am all right. Like, not bad, but like, I'm not like great. So we could have played something that would have been like cool, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we've performed before, like, for our school. Like, last year at the Christmas concert, we arranged, like, a piece of Christmas music, and we played it.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. That was how the principal learned my name. Fun fact. She just didn't know it beforehand.
That's cool.
Anywho, so my actual talent show experience. This is in 9th and 10th grade. Or, actually, 10th and 11th. My bad. We have a band camp every summer, where we go to a local university for a week, and we stay there, and we practice all of our, like, marching band stuff on their football field.
Right.
And so we have a talent show. Anyone can do it, like freshman through senior. And so my friends, our sophomore year, went up and danced to the song September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Good song.
Except I feel like Standing Still is a very good representation for our performance, because for the first minute and 30 seconds, we stood still and just didn't move. And then I'll play the part of the song at some point. It'll make more sense. But like at the end of the song, when it goes, not at the end, it's like towards the middle, and they're like finishing a verse, and they go da 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 da, and like that's like the end of the verse of the song. It's the first part of the song, you know, very very famous song.
Right.
Right. You probably have no clue what I'm talking about.
I could imagine.
But and then on the dut 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 at the end, we just went dut dut dut, and then just walked out, and that was it.
Cool.
So as you can tell, I'm just brimming with talent. And then junior year, we played Scotland the Brave on the accordion, so that was cool.
Arguably better than.
Oh, it was for sure better. It was great.
10th of September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
We all went to Five Below and bought these shirts. They were pink, and they say, walk like a model, or sorry, look like a model, think like a boss, act like a princess.
That's awesome.
And they were like women's larges, and the sleeves were like right here, and they were still like super skinny. So we all walked up, and we were just like in really tight shirts. It's great. I probably still have it.
That's awesome.
I think I probably still fit in it too, which is a little embarrassing. That's okay.
So needless to say, the talent show was kind of our 15 seconds of fame, really. The thing that'll go on our Wikipedia pages later in life.
Yeah. I show videos of it at every job interview I've ever been to, and they go, oh my god, this guy, get him out.
They go, and you're not getting hired somewhere better? That's crazy.
Have you tried talking to Tim Cook?
He'd hire you on the spot.
He'd put you as the new CEO of Apple.
He'd give up his job for you.
He probably would, dude.
No,
I'm very qualified.
No.
Nope. Speaking of Tim Cook, they just released the brand new iPhone 12. Get this, in purple.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for it in pink. That's kind of my color.
I know, right? Yeah, they'll get to you eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But the purple's cool.
The purple is cool. I dig purple.
Would you?
Yeah.
What if they came out with a blue one, though?
Well, they have a blue one. I like the blue one.
Oh.
It's not my blue, though.
It's not your... I get that.
No. Like, my blue's a little bit lighter.
That's like the interesting thing. So many people like blue that they have to have a shade, too. It's like, oh, you like light blue, you like dark blue, you like mauve.
So here's my Pokemon cup where I keep all my pencils and stuff. I think probably, like, this blue.
Right there.
Like that one. I know, it's kind of tie-dye. Let's see if I can point it out. I really can't.
It's just like that blue. It's somewhere on there.
One of these blues.
Right.
This blue, right there.
That's a Pokeball.
It is actually red.
It is red.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that if you Google, like, red, you'll get, like, blue.
Is that true?
Would you believe that it wasn't true?
I typed in red and it just came up as Reddit. No, actually, red is not in the first a lot of results.
That's awesome.
I see a lot of Ferraris. Those are red.
Some of them are red. Some of them are blue.
A lot of the color red. That's true.
It's weird how all the like new features in cars come from the super expensive ones where they often don't work. And then they end up getting perfected and just put into normal cars.
Yeah. Well, I think that's something super strange about car technology, because if you bought, like, I don't know, a super nice car, like a Ferrari something. It's like a nice Ferrari. Like
Ferrari
the technology that you
hand.
get in terms of just like, I don't know, infotainment is really not that great.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at it just because, you know, cars are cool. And, like, I'd love to have a nice car someday. But I'm not going to buy a Ferrari. But, like, if you look at, like, the interior of, let's say, I don't know, like, the interior of my mom's car. She drives a Subaru Ascent. Relatively new. It's, like, maybe a year or two old.
Yeah.
Like, the inside of that car and, like, the technology and, like, the design of the... Maybe not the designing inside. Like, obviously, I know that Ferraris have, like, leather and, like, you know, whatever. And inside's really nice. But, like, since they're such race-focused cars, like, if I wanted to have, like, a nice car that was fast, like, being inside in terms of, like, a pure, like, passenger experience, like, if I wanted to, like, listen to music or, like, put on a movie or something, is crap.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's because they're, like, race-focused cars, but, like, if I'm spending, like, $400,000 on, like, a Ferrari...
On a car.
I want it to have, like, Apple CarPlay. Gosh. Is that too much to ask?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Apple CarPlay, you don't understand. Apple CarPlay is a good piece of software that is easy to implement.
Yes. I don't have Apple CarPlay in my car.
I don't either.
Really?
No.
Oh, no, maybe you're right. I was going to say...
What do you mean maybe I'm right?
Well, because I feel like last time you and I were together in your car, like, I feel like I remember you having Apple CarPlay, but maybe not. Maybe
no, I just connect it via Bluetooth.
What year is your car?
2014.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's
Apple
2017.
CarPlay is kind of a 2018, 2019 thing.
Yeah.
I just said that. I have no idea if it's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. Well, my car's 2017 and it doesn't have it. But I know there are a lot of other manufacturers who made cars in, like, 2016 that have it.
Yeah.
Toyota was just late.
What car brand is it where it's like Lamborghini or Ferrari, where if you buy the car and then you sell it within 2 years, you can never buy another one ever again?
I would assume that's probably Ferrari.
Yeah.
I've heard that they're very like there are some luxury car brands that, like, you need to, like, develop a relationship with the dealer in order to, like, buy one. Like, you could never buy, like, a brand new Ferrari as, like, your first car. Like, you would buy, like, an old one, or, like, lease one, or, like, rent one. And then
or you
after
just
you're done
know
with
a
that,
guy.
or you know a guy. Or you're, like, really, really rich. And they're like, okay, yeah, this would be great publicity. Let's give this guy a Ferrari.
Yeah, that is kind of the exception.
But, like the
to
goal
a lot
of, like,
things,
most
actually.
car... Yeah, that's true. You have a lot of money? Oh, my God, that's great.
That's
Here.
awesome. Here's a cruise
A lot
ship.
of people know you.
Please don't get it stuck in the Suez Canal.
I don't think you could ever build a... Well, I mean, you definitely could build a cruise ship big enough to get stuck in the Suez Canal. But that was funny.
Was it?
Sort of, yeah.
You a big fan of
meme.
losing hundreds of millions of dollars?
No, but I saw this meme. It was like the guy who, like, the point of view of the meme is that you are the first captain sailing, like, a cargo ship after they just got the ship unstuck in the Suez Canal, and it's like, you could do the funniest thing in history right now and just get your boat stuck too. I mean, it wouldn't be funny, but, like, that would be...
It would be really funny, though.
High IQ play. See, I didn't order anything in the mail or, like, benefit off of trade recently, so I thought it was funny. But I'm sure if you were, like, you know, waiting for a shipment of something, or, like, you worked for a big company and you needed supplies, it probably wasn't that funny.
Yeah, no, probably wasn't ideal. For
we ran out of ketchup. The Chick-fil-A. I know that was.
Is that
impacted.
because of the Suez Canal?
That is because of the Suez Canal.
They had this giant container of just ketchup packets.
I'm not even kidding. It was funny. Remember our freaking like owner came in to talk about it, and he comes in like never. Like he owns the like some owners like they actually are participant in the restaurant. And
some have a presence, some don't. Yeah.
He kind of shows up and is like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing," and then like leaves. Like he helps us like expo and like put the food in the bag, but like no offense, anyone knows how to do that. I walked in on the first day. They were like, "All right, can you try expoing?" And I just did it, and they were like,
"No way."
And then they saw my talent show portfolio, and they went, "Oh my gosh!"
And they said, "How did we get him here?
How did we get him?"
The competition on this guy might be crazy.
Yeah, it was funny. They really thought that my talents were amazing.
Yeah. Can we talk about McDonald's ice cream machines?
Did you see that?
Yeah, so...
You saw the conspiracy theory about them?
I've been following this story for a while, actually, because I thought there might be something up, because it's, like, weird, right? Because, I don't know if you know this, but every fast food restaurant uses the same exact ice cream machine as McDonald's does. So, like, Wendy's and Burger King, and they use the same exact machine.
I'm going to be honest. I have never been to a Burger King.
You're not missing out on much, I will say.
I know. But, like, I've never been and been like, "Hey, can I have some ice cream?" And they're like, "No, you can't."
Ice cream machine broke.
However, every time that I've been to a Wendy's, it's almost always to get a Frosty because they're, like, $1. And it's like, I want some ice cream.
But how many times have you been to a McDonald's and said, "May I have an ice cream?" And they said, "Sorry, machine broke."
I'd say like probably more than 50% of the time.
Exactly. So there was this big Wired article that released recently, which was a huge deep dive into this whole thing. But the gist of it is that McDonald's has a partnership with this company Taylor that makes the ice cream machines. So they get the machines for like cheap or whatever. And Taylor has an incentive to make the machines break a lot, because 25% of their revenue comes from sending repairmen out to fix the ice cream machines.
Shoot.
And that's reliable revenue. That's revenue that you can like predict
sketchy
for every month, you know?
Yeah.
So they have an incentive to send people out to make sure these machines break. So yeah, the machines just break. And no one knows why, because no one's, people don't make ice cream machines. People don't understand. It's confusing.
Have you ever made an ice cream machine? Because I have not.
So it's interesting. The machines have this thing. As an employee, every night you have to put it on this heat cycle, which takes like 4 hours or something like that. But you put it on this heat cycle. It pasteurizes the ice cream or whatever overnight. It cleans the tank, stuff like that, to make sure, and then freezes it. So ice cream is good to go in the morning, all good. And
so we thought.
Like a lot of the time, it just the heat cycle fails and you have to run it again. So when the employees say that the machine is broke, it's usually just they're running the cycle again to see if it doesn't fail.
Yeah.
And it's just easier to explain like, "Oh, it's broken," even though it's really not. But the machines break so often, like the heat cycle fails so often, and they can't end up using the machine, so they're like all the franchisees are given a big manual of like, if this happens, do this, if this happens, do this. And most of the do this is call the repair guy. So
it's a business practice for Taylor.
It is a business practice.
I get the incentive, I guess.
Yeah, but it comes at the cost of the franchisees footing the bill and McDonald's customers not getting ice cream.
It's a tragedy.
So,
do we know why it only happens at McDonald's though? Is it just because they have like that partnership deal?
I don't think so. There's probably some shady business tactic going on there.
I mean, like I could understand like if they have a deal with Taylor and the machines cost $18,000.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, let's say that they get them for like 14,000.
Sure.
Maybe even 10,000 per McDonald's. And then you have a reliable source. Like, maybe they just... I also heard that they're, like, overly... Like, they're overly complicated on purpose.
Yeah.
So that they break.
Like, the menus are very confusing to navigate, and they give you weird error codes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For when it fails.
But, so, does that just mean, like, they make the McDonald's ones break more often on purpose because, like, they already sell them to them for less? Like, let's say, hypothetically, like, Wendy's pays full price for their ice cream machine. So Taylor's not like, oh, well, we lost money on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
There's some business tactic definitely behind that, but... Because it only happens at McDonald's.
It's true. I mean, I've never been to a Wendy's and had them. Maybe, like, once.
But not as often as McDonald's, for sure.
Not even close.
Yeah. But it's interesting. There's this website that someone made that tracks... if a McDonald's has a working ice cream machine.
There's got to be very minimal McDonald's on there.
It tracks every McDonald's in the US, Canada, and a good portion of Europe. And it found that 15% of all ice cream machines at McDonald's are broken at all times, basically.
I thought it'd be more than that, honestly.
And in New York... You know, there's like 93 McDonald's in New York City or whatever. In New York, it's like 25% of ice cream machines are down at any given time. I think it's McBroke.com. Hold on. McBroke.com.
That's so funny.
I think it's McBroke.com. No, it's not.
I
don't know. It's something like that. You can look it up. But
McBroken.com.
McBroken.com.
It's McBroken.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 20.41% in New York. Oh, okay. I can literally look them up based on where I am.
Yeah, you can literally see which McDonald's are working and which ones aren't. And it does this cool thing to figure that out. It just sends, it like has a bot that tries to place an order for ice cream at a McDonald's. And if it fails, then it sends back ice cream machine broke. Which is kind of a cool idea.
I see my town. Here's my McDonald's.
It
says it's working. They checked 48 minutes ago.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta check my closest McDonald's. Really.
My local McDonald's.
This is just so funny to me.
Actually, all the ones by me appear to be working. Oh, except there's one...
Mine is working.
In Oakwood Village. I don't know where that is. That's like a lot, though.
Yeah, it's like way more than you'd think.
I mean, I'd hope that maybe it's like 5%.
Which is still
I feel like that's an understandable number. That's a lot at McDonald's, but
there's a standard business practice where like a good rate of success for your machine is it works 99.9999667% of the time or something like that. That's like an actual number that people have been like, okay, this is a good number of success.
Wow.
Which, for reference, is like 3 failures out of 1 million attempts. That's like a good success rate. You know, 10% is a lot more than that.
10% is a lot more than that.
So, I don't know. It's shady, you know? It's just weird because you don't think it would go this deep, but it does.
No. I just find it very strange because I mean it's always been like a joke. People are like, "Oh, I went to McDonald's and the ice cream machine's broken," but like it is.
Yeah, and you would think McDonald's would like try and fix it because they would make more money, maybe ? But maybe not. I don't know.
I feel like if you go to McDonald's for ice cream, you're like, "Hey, can I get an ice cream?" And they're like, "No, it's broken." Like you're already in the line, so you probably just feel incentivized to order something else anyway.
Sure. Yeah, okay, I could see that. But also there are people that go to McDonald's just for ice cream, and then I feel like
that's a very small percentage of people, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, McDonald's makes so much money. Like they don't. I don't really think that they have to care.
Okay, well, yeah, but you could always just make more.
I think they have enough.
But it's interesting. So the second part to the story is that there's this guy who owns a small company or whatever.
Yeah.
And they make this like little USB that you plug into the back of the ice cream machine. So it like gives the owner of the McDonald's helpful information as to how to actually fix the machine, how to make sure it doesn't fail. So they, don't have to foot an outrageous bill for sending a repair guy out. And then McDonald's sent out a big email, and they're like, hey, if you use this thing that helps you save money, then that voids your warranty. So we'll take your McDonald's away.
Oh.
So...
Trying to see what to do with the McDonald's ice cream machine? Oh, yeah, sorry. No more restaurant for you.
No more restaurant for you. But it's such an interesting story to me. Because, like, this is just such a random thing, I feel like. And it's a thing that a lot of people already, like, know about. Like you said, like, they meme about it on the internet and stuff. People are clowning on
big
McDonald's.
Running joke.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be aware of it, right?
No, they have to. This is all very calculated and strategic business moves. But then again, I also just don't think, like, it matters that much, because McDonald's doesn't let you put down a store if it doesn't think it'll make you a millionaire, so...
Yeah.
And you already have to have, like, $3 million to put a McDonald's down in the first place.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So they're fine,
I think they're doing all right.
They're doing okay.
They'll make it.
Speaking of doing okay, what's up with that Joe Biden guy?
I made a joke about this before. About how Joe Biden is our president now. I mean, honestly, sometimes I do forget, because I feel like when Trump was president, we heard his name in the news like every 5 seconds. They were like, today, Trump was caught watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I care because... Why? Okay.
Because he's your president, and we should worship him.
Yeah, but what is Joe Biden watching? Maybe I'd like to watch it with him.
MSNBC.
Maybe he's not much of a television guy.
Maybe not. Maybe he's more of like a Hulu guy.
What is Joe Biden's favorite show?
The Office. There's no way this comes up with an actual result, though, right?
It does not.
Dang.
I could look at Joe Biden's favorite albums, though, and his favorite food.
Okay.
This is Joe Biden's favorite food.
Is it McDonald's? Like said, Donald Trump?
No. This is the actual quote.
Okay.
According to President Obama, his former vice president and longtime friend Joe Biden goes deep on pasta with red sauce as well as ice cream.
Goes deep.
He's a man. He likes Italian.
I can respect that. Italian's a respectable thing to enjoy.
Oh, sorry. I guess the exact quote was, ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce, he can go deep on that.
I can picture Obama saying that, and that's awesome.
I just think it's funny.
That is funny. What are his favorite albums, though?
Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones by the Monkees.
Okay.
President Obama said that he can't picture him listening to Lizzo or Kendrick Lamar. Shocking for me. The Eagles' greatest hits. Let's see.
That's so funny.
Abbey Road by the Beatles. That's a good one. That's a good album, actually.
Yeah, I just can't imagine Joe Biden listening to Montero by Lil Nas X. It just doesn't.
No, dude, Joe Biden would love Montero. There was someone in my class the other day who had earbuds in, and they were listening to Montero, and it was just way too loud.
I don't like those people.
Because I could hear it from, like, across the room.
And I was genuinely concerned. I don't like people that listen to music too loud, and I don't like people that listen to Montero by Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, no, I don't particularly like the song. It's not horrible.
I've heard people say, like, oh, it's, like, one of the catchiest songs ever, and I'm like, no, it's not.
I think
Not
it is kind
really.
of catchy. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, well,
Like,
I'm
sorry.
just gonna have to disagree with you.
I don't think it's a great song.
No.
All the music video, or all the memes that I've seen of, like, people exploring in the nether, and then Lil Nas X flying down on a pole, and, like, it gets, like, louder, and then it gets quieter as he goes through. Those make me laugh. Those are really funny.
Those are funny.
But, other than that, the music video is super weird.
It is a different music video.
Mm-hmm.
I think he tried to do the same thing as WAP, but like better, if that makes sense.
I think it's better than WAP.
Yeah, no, it is, undeniably. But I think that was the big inspiration. Or maybe they were completely separate. I don't know.
I would assume that they're completely separate. I don't think... I mean, I don't even... what's the WAP music video like?
It's just like softcore porn.
Okay, well...
Basically.
All right, then. Okay. So it's sort of the same.
You're telling me you haven't seen it?
I haven't, no.
You're not missing out on much.
Oh, okay. I haven't even listened to the whole song.
I think just Googling porn is probably better, honestly.
Better. Would I get better music?
Yes.
Okay. So if I just typed in...
Okay, well, I mean, we don't have to do it
music,
right here.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm
This
also
is a
confused.
PG show.
Yeah. I'm getting Discord notifications in the bottom right of my screen. And they're actually, maybe this is flipped. Maybe it's over here. One of these two in the bottom right. And all I saw was, "Hey, dude, you want a game?" And then this other guy said, "Not with you. You're shit." And that was it. Oh, and I just got one that said, maybe I'm not going to read that. Never mind.
Okay.
He just said it might get racist. And I was like, what?
Okay, yeah, no, good one, sure.
Yeah. I know that there's a stereotypical trope that, like, people who play video games are, like,
Vile.
racist and, like, vile. Which I don't think is true, like, 60% of the time.
Yeah.
But, like, there are people who just sit in their room and, like, don't leave. Which, according to this podcast, is just, like, you and I, because we have the same background every time and nothing ever changes.
Yeah, next episode we're gonna do it outside.
We should get together.
In the
real
middle of
life,
the woods.
And we should record in the park.
Yeah, we're gonna go walking in the park.
We did
We'll
one time.
our-
That was nice.
We did. That was
It
nice.
was a good walk, too. It's pretty.
Yeah. The metro parks are great. But yeah, I mean,
now-
there is, like that stereotype that gamers are just loud and racist and bad, terrible people.
That's everyone in the Rocket League community. If there's a quick chat that was just like, I don't know, something racist, people would spam it all the time.
Yeah. And they
Also,
do, actually.
Why is it that everyone on console in Rocket League is just like super rude?
Because they aren't part of the master race and they're afraid.
No, I'm not even trying to be like, oh my god, you don't play on PC, you suck. But like 70% of the time, if I'm playing with someone on console and like I get scored on, or like we score on them, or like I miss a save, or this guy misses a save, it's like, what a save, what a save,
What a save,
and
what a save, what a save.
And I'm like, sorry.
And you're like down one.
Yeah, we're like down by like 1 point, and then they just quit, and I'm like,
It doesn't make any
why'd
sense.
you do that?
It really doesn't make any sense.
Maybe like age. I feel like a lot of people who play on PC like have a PC because they like bought it because they have a job.
Sure.
Like I bought my computer
I bought my computer.
because I have a job. I hate my job. I'm just kidding. I went to work yesterday. It was actually great. I had a good time.
That's not something you hear a lot of people say.
Well, okay. I haven't worked in like 3 weeks
Oh, yeah,
because
that's right.
I've been going to track practice, and like we have invitationals on the weekends, and I usually get invited because I'm kind of a big track star kind of guy. Nah, I'm just kidding.
A lot of people know your name. You've
not
been around the
fast.
block a couple times.
No. I ran a 456 seconds like once, and now my coach is set. I'm like, oh my god, he's going to be great. I haven't been able to do it since, and I've actually only gotten slower.
He's
But
going to be the next Jesse Owens.
yes,
That's what your coach is thinking.
I'm going to be the next Usain Bolt.
Exactly.
It's just going to happen.
You're
So,
going to show up at the Olympics in the face of the world's next Hitler and prove their Aryan race bullshit completely wrong.
Well, actually, I have blonde hair and blue eyes, but
well,
but it's turning brown.
Maybe
so
you're doing a disservice.
It's getting darker. It's getting darker. It's okay.
Okay, well that makes up for it then.
Yeah, so I'll actually be brown hair, blue eyes.
Right. Blue eyes, white dragon.
Oh. PewDiePie. Man, I haven't watched a PewDiePie video in forever. How's he doing? Do we know? Do you DM him? You know,
I
we're
did.
friends.
I
friends.
DM'd him the other day. I was like, "Yo, you want to play some Minecraft?" And he hasn't responded yet.
We should play. That should be our goal. We should play Minecraft with PewDiePie.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of life, really.
Well, the two goals: play Minecraft with PewDiePie, have Neil deGrasse Tyson on the podcast before he dies. That's it.
That's it. Those are the two goals.
Two simple things.
Very achievable, too.
Yeah, I think so.
They are relatively achievable.
I mean, we're all just people. You
Right.
know? It's just me speaking to another person.
It's just Neil deGrasse Tyson is more educated than we will ever be. You know?
It's just true. Yeah. Where did he go to school?
I don't know. Do you think him and Bill Nye went to the same school?
Definitely not.
They hang out. Would they be friends in high school?
I have a feeling they probably wouldn't be.
Why not?
Because I don't think they went to the same school. He went to the University of Texas at Austin.
Okay.
That's sorry. My bad. He went to the Bronx High School of Science. And then he has graduated from Harvard, Columbia, and University of Texas at Austin.
3 different colleges?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that it doesn't actually say what they're for. Like, I'm sure one was an associate's and then a bachelor's and then a master's. But,
sure.
Or actually, probably master's. Or, shit. How does it go?
No, you had it right. Associates,
yeah, okay,
bachelor's,
yeah. Associates,
masters.
bachelor's, and masters. Or, sorry. Bachelor's, master's, and then probably doctorate.
And then yeah.
I'm sure that he didn't go to school for just 2 years. He probably did 4 and then another 2 for his master's.
I mean, he could have.
And then, yeah. But then he would have 4 degrees. That's kind of sweet.
That would be cool.
But usually an associate's degree is only a 2-year program. And then a bachelor's is 4. And then a master's is like a bachelor's and then 2 more. And I think a PhD is another 2 on top of that.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I know because I want to be a doctor of architecture.
Yeah? What are you going to write your thesis on?
I have no clue.
Are you going to
How
talk
Minecraft
about...
inspired a young generation of... No, I'm just kidding.
That might actually work.
I think it could,
workshop
actually. Oh, for sure. I'm sure it's already been written, honestly.
Really?
I don't want to plagiarize. Oh, 100%.
Well, you can't plagiarize if it's... Oh, I guess theses are published, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not trying to write a thesis and then have plagiarism in it. That would be so embarrassing.
It would be, because you
my
never
English teacher,
plagiarized
My
before.
English teacher, I actually have it. I mean, not
I
intentionally.
don't
Like,
believe
I've
that.
taken quotes from, like, sources and then, like, quoted them. But, like, I give them...
That's
citations
plagiarism,
and...
Henry.
No, it's not. If you cite them, it's fine. Okay, how about this?
Okay.
One time, I wrote my last name on a paper, and now every time I submit it to turnitin.com to check for plagiarism, it says that I'm plagiarizing the author's name. But it's me.
But it's you.
It's me, so it's fine.
You wrote it.
I forgive myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to heaven. You're fine.
I don't know about that. Oh, I didn't finish my middle school experience. All right, this is why I'm going to hell. So...
Wait. You can't just say... Okay, go ahead.
It's funny. So, I've, most of my life, pretty good kid. I don't really do much wrong. I got Rotary student for my school this past year. Kind of a big accomplishment.
What does that mean?
It means that our local Rotary Club and teachers voted amongst the student body and picked out that I was a good character for leadership and service to my community and just generally not a bad person.
Okay.
Which was great. I got like a plaque and everything. They wrote an article in the paper about me.
Oh, that's cool.
And they gave me a plaque that says Rotary Student of the Month, and they printed it upside down. And I told my mom that I wanted to keep it framed upside down, and then she said that she didn't want to do that, so she fixed
What?
it.
She did? I would have kept it
But like,
that
they
way.
gave it to me upside down, so I thought it would have been way funnier if I had kept it upside down. But
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. So anywho, 7th grade, middle school. First year of middle school, in fact. I had a math teacher, Mr. Brown. Strange guy, really.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Like, like, if you saw him, you'd probably be a little creeped out, but I don't want to, like, expose or anything. I'm sure there's a lot of Mr. Browns across the U.S.
Sure.
So his name was Jeff.
Jeff Brown.
Of course. You know, like, my name's
Look him
Jeff.
up. White Pages. You'll find him.
Oh, actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Whatever. Okay, fine. His name is Jeff. And so he was my middle school math teacher. I had him for, excuse me.
Bless you.
Allergy season. That's great.
Shout out.
Shout out. Love spring. Anywho, so we have him in math class, and he's just like kind of like a funny looking dude. Not in like a, like, I don't, like, he doesn't, you know, have any, like, physical malformities or anything like that. Like, he's a normal dude. He just, like, is kind of strange and, like, weird.
Sure.
And he would make jokes that were sometimes questionably appropriate to tell to middle schoolers.
Okay.
He still works there. I'm sure he's great. Like, he was a good teacher. He was just kind of a very weird dude. And my middle school friends and I thought that he was just, like, the funniest thing ever. So we were like, all right, let's make a website. So we made a website where we photoshopped his face onto various things.
As you do.
As you do. You know, I mean, and you want to know what? He found out about it. He loved it. He thought it was so funny. Like, he was like, man, these pictures are so funny. And then he told the principal about it. She did not think it was that funny.
Interesting.
So then we all got, like, a Saturday school. We got detention.
Dang.
So we show up on this Saturday. And so we show up, you know, as you do, to detention. You know, like
right.
a law-abiding
on
citizen.
Saturday.
It's like parole. So you show up, you get there, you walk in. There is no one at the school. No one's there. That's it. I mean, there's just no one there.
Like,
so,
the doors are locked, or there's just no one
the door's
there?
locked. So we walk in the front of the high school because the detention was in the high school library. You know,
Okay.
it's our first time in the high school. It's just pretty scary for us big middle school kids.
Right.
So we walk in, and there's a person at the front desk, and she goes, oh, yeah, there's not actually anyone here to do detention today. So if you could all just, like, write your names down on the list, you can just go. And then that was it. So I never spent time for my crime. But
it was a heinous crime that you committed.
It was a heinous crime.
A hate crime,
I mean,
some might say.
looking back on it now, like, I can understand why we shouldn't have done that. And
Really? Can you?
I know, right? Shocking. He thought it was funny.
And that's all that matters, really.
Really. I mean, it wasn't even meant in like we were trying to make fun of him way or anything. We were just like, yeah, let's put his face on, like, various things. I think the thing that did it was that, like, it was me and like my two friends, and we made the website, and then some other kid found out about it, and then he photoshopped his face onto, like, Hitler, and I think that the school really had a problem.
That might have done it.
Which is understandable. But, like, it wasn't even us, and then the kid who made that didn't get in trouble. And we were like, we should snitch him out, but we didn't.
You should have, like, put, you know, the credits of people on the website, you know, like,
right?
We are the people that made it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he would have done his time. As maybe, I mean, there was no time done, but
it's okay. He's not doing very well right now.
Oh,
the kid
no?
who made that photo. Yeah, no, he let's see, he smokes a lot. Does a lot of drugs.
Interesting.
He wears his hair in dreadlocks.
Okay. Is that a bad thing?
No, but he how do I phrase this? His name is Gavin. There's a million Gavins out there, so.
Okay.
But and he is white and pretends that he isn't.
I know a guy like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just not a very nice dude.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So anywho, that was my serving time in middle school. That was
I know
the
a
worst
guy
thing
that's
I've
not a
ever
nice
done.
dude.
I know a lot of guys that aren't nice dudes.
That reminds me, though. Earlier in middle school, we did this whole homeless thing. We were doing a bunch of stuff with homeless people, and we went to this homeless shelter to give out food and stuff. And part of that experience included us going over to the people just to, like, eat with them and talk with them or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, be nice, sociable middle schoolers, right?
couldn't have gotten over that well.
So, me and my buddy, we go sit down at this one table. And I noticed as we're walking up to this table, the people are wearing particularly nice clothes. Not clothes that you would think homeless people would wear. But I didn't think anything of it. You know, maybe they'd been here before, they got some stuff. Whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm not thinking about it. It's just I'm just making an observation.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know, an unconscious thought.
Shoot me down if you want, but just an observation.
I feel like for a middle schooler, that's a legitimate thought to make.
We sit down, and my friend's talking to them. And I don't remember exactly how it came up, but my friend said something that assumed that they were homeless people. And it was this family. So it was like a dad and his 2 kids, like a boy and a girl. And the younger boy was like, "What, do you think we're homeless or something?" And it was funny because this kid's like 7 or something.
What, do you think we're homeless?
And he's at a homeless shelter eating food. And the dad explains, he's like, "No, we're just here because there was like, we saw a free food sign. So we're just checking this place out." So it's just this random guy that showed up with his kids. It's like, "Oh, there's free food here." Dang.
So he just, that was just it.
So he shows up like every week there to get free food.
I have a
at a
feeling
homeless shelter
it's not
when
the
he's not
purpose
homeless
of
and
the
he lives
free
like
food.
down the street. You know, in a house.
Maybe he's just low income. Maybe he needs help putting food on the table.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, right?
I mean, I feel like there are other resources to help you as opposed to going into a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And being like, "Hey, you guys have anything? My house is down the street. I'm not homeless.
You guys got toilet paper? There's a shortage recently.
Light.
I really want that to be a thing again, like a shortage
No.
of toilet paper.
No, you don't. That's a lie. I don't believe you.
Do you think the one boat stuck in the Suez Canal had toilet paper on it?
Dude, I didn't even think about that. We're going to see the repercussions of that pretty soon.
Pretty soon, yeah.
We're going to run out of toilet paper. They should have just
And
sunk
then
the
for
boat.
like 2 months that shipment won't come in.
It'll be bad.
Yeah. That's such like a large amount of money lost.
Yeah. Did they lose everything on the ship, though?
No.
Like, it was just delayed, right?
It was just delayed, but I mean the delaying of the stuff loses a lot of money in and of itself. So
this is true. I think that's understandable. I mean, like, I would be a lot more upset if they were like, "Yeah, so you're just never gonna get your product," as opposed to, "We're not gonna have toilet paper for like 2 months."
yeah.
But it happens, I guess. Obviously,
It does.
happens. It did happen. Why is my room so bright?
What do you think about interdimensional higher beings?
That was quite the transfer of conversation right there. Kind of oddly specific as well, Jackson.
Why would you say that?
Are you an interdimensional higher being?
I didn't know exactly how to phrase just
We've talked about this, right?
a presence. I think so. But it's
you mean
funny
like
because
is there like a god? I don't.
No. It was interesting. So in my English class, the way we, like, you know, at the beginning of the year, you introduce yourself or whatever to your classmates if you haven't met them in the previous 4 years, but, you know, whatever. So we introduce ourselves, and normally it's like, you know, you stand up, you say, one fun fact about me is I like vanilla ice cream, and, you know, whatever.
Joe Biden said that fact.
Joe Biden did say he loves vanilla ice cream.
Sure, he does.
He goes in on it, let me tell you.
He goes down.
Our English teacher was like, you know, instead of doing that, we're going to do 2 truths and 1 lie with everyone. So people to tell 2 truths, 1 lie. The class tries to figure out the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess the 2 truths, if you want to look at it that way. But there was this one guy in my class that was, I don't remember his like one truth and one lie, but one of his truths was he played dice with a being from another dimension.
That was the truth.
That was one of his truths.
Everyone was like, "Oh, that's the lie. That's the lie." He's like, "No,
no,
it's not.
It's not."
No, this is the truth."
And the teacher asked what was his name, and the guy responded, "Oh, his name was like Rahaj or something like that."
Rahaj.
Or something dumb like that. It wasn't Rahaj. I just
not
made that
dumb.
up.
Do not make fun of Rahaj, dude. He's gonna roll dice and it's gonna kill you.
Maybe I shouldn't be making fun of it. I mean, the odds are not in my favor. Let's just say that. But I don't know. I just thought that was funny because he's one of those guys who's like super into like meditation and stuff like that. Like that, all the new age, not even new age spirituality, because it goes beyond that, right?
Oh, for sure.
So
I think that meditation is cool.
I agree.
So,
but that's just like going beyond meditation. That's like ultra meditation.
I'm going to meditate sometime, and I'm going to play dice with Rahaj.
I'm
going to tell you how it goes.
I would love to play dice with Rahaj.
We should make a clickbait video being like, we interviewed Rahaj for the podcast. He was here.
We just bring on Jackson again, and we have him put like a voice changer on.
This is Rahaj. He'd be like, I hate you all. It would make sense. It would fit perfectly for Jackson.
It would. Jackson is kind of a Rahaj type.
I forgot that he had a tennis match on Friday. And then when I was picking my sister up, or I was dropping her off for softball, I was like, oh shoot, I said that we go to Jackson's tennis match, and then we didn't.
I didn't agree to anything.
I know, but I said, wouldn't it be funny if we showed up? I would have gone to it
if you would have gone.
Yeah, I just kind of forgot. I also had track practice, so I couldn't have gone.
So you literally could not have, so it doesn't matter
there's just
at
no
all.
way. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. We'll go sometime.
Yeah, sure. I'd go to that. I'll go hang out. Watch a tennis match.
We'll have a podcast episode with Jackson as he's playing.
During the tennis match.
Really, it would just be a tennis commentary.
Yeah.
We should speak in accents as well. That's when Rahaj will come in. He'll give us the third angle.
He'll really help us open
He'll look at Jackson's
eye.
Third eye. Yeah, I was going to say.
We'll really understand what's going on in the
mind's
tennis
eye.
match. Yeah.
Tennis is fun. I
played tennis once.
I used to be really good at tennis. My dad and I used to play tennis all the time. And then I stopped. Because I was like, soccer. My dad was like, soccer.
World Cup. Big money.
And then he got older, and then
cup.
He started playing tennis, and then I kept playing soccer. And then I stopped playing soccer, and I started running.
How many gallons does the World Cup hold?
Probably not that many.
Or are we talking like ounces? Tell me you're not looking that up right now.
World Cup. I'm looking it up right now. Dude, there's not even a hole in the World Cup. They put a soccer ball on the top. Oh, I forgot about that.
That's funny. Oh. It should be like a cup, though. I think that's... We should return to that. The golden age of trophies.
Maybe I could look up World Cup. Actual cup.
Is the World Cup made of gold?
World Cup.
There's absolutely no way it's made of gold, right? I'm just crazy.
Is the World Cup made of gold?
I think it would be pretty cool if it was made of gold.
It's made of 18 karat gold.
Okay. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes.
So is Rahaj's dice. They say 18 karat gold is...
No, it's made of...
That's how you make a fair dice.
It's made of 4-dimensional obsidian... something.
Something.
I was trying to think of some other like strange material. It's they're made of carbon.
Carbon
gas.
dice.
Gas. They're carbon gas, not
the dice is gas.
Yep, but they stay in form.
So it's like a liquid.
No.
It's like a solid.
It's just gas that maintains its shape. Like it's the shape of a solid with the consistency of a gas.
But gas doesn't maintain shape.
this gas does.
It fills a container, but
It's made of
shape.
Okay, well then there are invisible containers that contain this gas.
You know what? I don't think we need to question it. That's Rahaj's doing.
That's what I mean. I was just trying to come up with some stupid, unscientific dice, and you were like, gas doesn't
it's not
shit.
scientific because Rahaj is doing it. He's beyond.
That's what I mean. He's beyond our understanding of science.
Exactly.
He's up there.
He's something else.
He's friends with, like, Moses. Dude, Moses is cool. He's a waterbender.
From Avatar.
I thought you would get a kick out of that.
Yeah, he's one of the first avatars.
That was Moses, right? I'm not.
Yes, that's Moses.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
Walked through the days
There's also Noah and his ark.
Walked through the desert for 40 days. Or is it 40 years? I think books in the Bible differ on whether it's 40 days or 40 years.
I need to go through and just read the whole Bible sometime.
I don't think it's worth it.
I feel like it would be really interesting.
I've read a good portion of the Bible. There are some books that are cool, like the book of Job and Revelations.
Why is everyone in my house yelling?
But like the Gospels are kind of boring, I think.
Yeah.
Because partially they're the same story 4 times. But then there are also books like Psalms, which is just
those are more like music, though. Right?
Yeah, but it's a book of the Bible still.
Yeah.
That's
true.
And like Genesis is cool.
We should make our own religious book.
Yeah.
It's not actually based on religion. It's just
it's based on Rahaj, which is religion. So technically based on religion.
What religion is Rahaj based on?
I couldn't tell you.
Rahajism.
I don't.
Let's call it Hajism.
I think Rahajism. I don't know. I think I keep going back to this, but Rahaj is just so much more than we can ever really understand. Do you think Jackson believes in Rahaj?
We should ask him.
We should ask him.
Here, I'll tell him right now.
You're gonna message him right now.
How do you spell Rahaj? Is it R-H or R-A-H-A-J? Rahaj?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna say R-H-A-H-A-J. Rahaj.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. I asked him.
Thanks. Hopefully we get a response before.
You also got the message, so you should say yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because Jackson might be a little confused at first. People have a tough time admitting that Rahaj.
Do you think Rahaj uses like 2 normal die, or does he have like the D&D die?
Oh,
does he have the whole collection?
They are definitely like 50-sided die. I thought
that's just not a thing, though.
But it's not. No, it's not. But
well, 50-sided die, they're a thing, but they're not fair.
We should have an infinity-sided die, and it's just a circle.
There are infinitely many outcomes.
Planes.
Because circles are just... Why are you laughing?
You responded with a question mark.
Because circles are just shapes with infinitely many sides. That's the definition of a circle. It's got so many sides you just can't count them.
That's true. I mean, that's why I said it's an infinite-sided die. I mean, it's never going to land on one side. It'll just roll until it doesn't have a force.
Coins, actually, if most people think they only have 2 outcomes, heads or tails, but they can actually land on their side, too.
Imagine flipping a coin and just landing on its side.
I've seen it before. I saw a guy do it. Yeah, it was crazy. We went buck wild, let me tell you. You ever see those machines in like malls, or I think there's one in the Science Center downtown where like you put a coin in a little thing and then it goes around and it's this big funnel and it keeps spinning and it's like, whoa, it's spinning, and then you do it like 10 times and
those things are awesome.
Like $10 in coins.
Okay, well maybe not $10 in coins, but I usually use a penny. So maybe 10 cents.
You're doing it wrong, let me tell you.
If you don't put a $1 coin in every time, out.
Out.
Wrong.
I actually have a jar of coins. I think I have like $5 coins in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
Do you ever look at the dates on coins?
I do sometimes, yeah.
I don't normally keep change, but I have a couple old coins. Like I have a coin from like 67 or something like that.
1967?
1867.
Dude.
When coins were made of real copper.
Real copper. I'm trying to think. I don't have that many like older coins, but I love collecting like the different state quarters. I think those are neat.
Yeah.
There's
I think
cool ones.
I think my grandfather used to collect coins like that, the 50 state coins. He also used to collect the coins that you get like if you go to a zoo, and there are those like coin machines of the different animals. He used to collect those too. I haven't been to the zoo in a long time. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I haven't
Just no.
No. I haven't been in a while.
I don't think there's much to do at the zoo anymore. Like you go a couple times and you're like, yeah, I get it, you know.
I mean, I could go back and watch like I went to the San Diego Zoo like 2 years ago, and I got to see the polar bears, the pandas,
the polar bears.
the polar bears, you know, in San Diego.
Yeah.
No, they were super cute though.
Yeah, but like you go to the same zoo like twice, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, I could go to the zoo more than once, but that's also just because I could probably sit there and watch the animals do like nothing for like hours, and I'd
do literally anything.
I'd be like,
eyes pop out of head, boing.
Yeah, exactly. Just boing.
Are there polar bears at zoos? Is that a thing? Do polar bears do well in heat?
No, but
I can't imagine, right?
Is there a zoo with a polar bear?
There has to be, though. Like in Alaska or some shit. Maybe, or
the St. Louis
bears,
Zoo.
I don't know.
Let's see. Wait, what?
The Toledo Zoo.
There's a Toledo Zoo and it has polar bears. Louisville Zoo. And...
We've learned 2 new things. 1, there is a zoo in Toledo, and 2, it has polar bears.
Dude, that's like not that far. If it wasn't the sex trafficking capital of the United States, I would love to go there.
Toledo?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's the murder capital.
No, it's not.
Either way, capital. It's not good.
Detroit has a higher murder rate than Toledo.
Okay, well then it's definitely the sex trafficking though, because there are like a ton of major highways that just like meet up in Toledo.
I think it is part of like, you know, there are a couple like drug triangles, you know.
Yeah.
I think Toledo is part of one of the.
It's in the middle. Triangles. It's the eye of the Illuminati and the drug.
It can't be the eye because it's literally on the border of the United States.
That's true. Dude, Jackson said yes, he believes in Raj.
He believes in Raj. Did you just send him that message with like no context?
Yeah, I just said, do you believe in Raj? And he sent a question mark, and I said yes or no, and he said sure.
Okay, so he did not say yes.
That's better than no. He doesn't, with absolute certainty, know that he's not out there.
I mean, that's true.
You know.
We also don't know that there isn't just some, like, giant eye that rules the universe and wants us all to suffer.
I know that there's not.
What do you don't, though?
I just do.
I'm glad that we got a response from Jackson.
I'm glad that we did. That's one more supporter of Raj.
Yeah, and on the next podcast, we're going to ask him to impersonate the person he supposedly believes in.
It's Raj.
That's so funny.
I think it'll work.
Yeah, do you think so?
I think so. I firmly believe.
Did you see on the news that Ben Shapiro went to Home Depot and bought a single plank of wood?
I did.
I thought that was really funny.
We talked about this last time.
Did we?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Or you told me about it last time. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't think we talked about it on the last episode.
Maybe we didn't. But good for him.
Maybe I said it while we were just doing something else.
I think you did. Maybe I'm glad to hear that Ben Shapiro is stimulating the world economy. Because, you know, with the boat stuck in the Suez Canal, we really need that.
Yeah. Shout out Ben Shapiro.
Shout out to Ben Shapiro.
He runs a news site.
I don't really like him. I don't think he seems annoying.
I think he is annoying.
I don't really listen to many of the things that he says. I know that he plays the violin.
I didn't even know that.
I've just seen a lot of violin.
I gotcha.
Like someone edited him playing sicko mode on the violin. He didn't.
I would like to believe that he did.
Oh, I wanted to believe it. That's why I watched the video, but it was just not in sync at all.
Wouldn't it be funny if like Ben Shapiro was just like a descendant of Rahaj?
Yeah, it would.
We should all listen to him.
No, that's all right.
Theoretically speaking, though, any person could just be like the one true God, and we would never know.
That's true.
Alex Jones could be the one true God, trying to tell us all that's wrong with the world. And he might be spitting facts.
I really hope it's not.
Like, he's not, right? But he might be. It's funny. The government's turning the frogs gay with the water is like an actual study done, which is like not verifiable at all, but he still rolls with it.
He's like, yeah, it's true.
There have been multiple people who have tried to do the same experiment, and they haven't gotten any similar results at all, ever. So, it's good to know that the government doesn't want frogs to be gay. So, that's good.
That's true. I mean, I hate frogs. And I hate gay frogs even more than the straight frogs. How do you even that I never understood that just because Alex Jones was like, yeah, the frogs are gay. Like you
What if Alex Jones is turning people gay with his male supplements that he sells?
Does he make male supplements?
Because he can't get advertisers. Yeah, he does do that.
That's so funny. I don't think that they're working.
It would be funny if they were, though.
But I mean, like, I feel like if Alex Jones makes them, then they have to, like, he has to be testing them, right? And based on what I have seen and know about Alex Jones, it does not look like they're working.
I don't think he would test his own supplements.
I think you have
because I think he knows they're a scam. I think Alex Jones is like really smart, but we don't give him credit for it.
He's aware that it's a scam.
Yeah, like he's spreading bullshit and he knows it's bullshit.
Alex Jones supplements.
Please do not buy them.
Here's what's in them. Anthroplex, Oxy Powder, Survival Shield X2.
Survival Shield X2?
Okay, what is child ease? It says in parentheses next to it, liquid.
Liquid?
It just like has to, okay. Joint formula, which is a pill. Caveman True Paleo formula, which is a shake powder. This is great. Lung cleanse, which is a spray.
Lung cleanse. It's if you're a smoker, your lungs get cleansed, so it's
What's
fine.
DNA? What is it called? All right, wait. Now I gotta look at all these. Super male vitality and super female vitality liquid is $60. Anthroplex is $40. Oxy powder is $46. Survival Shield X2 is $29.99. What is child ease? Supports calm, focused attention. Oh, that's great. I would love to feed my children child ease.
Come here, Jimmy. It's time for your child ease.
Joint formula, which is pills. I love the Caveman True Paleo formula. That's so funny.
This is why I love politics, you know?
It's so fun. It's strawberry flavored. It's made with cartilage and bone broth. What?
Yeah, bone broth. They take the bones.
Lung cleanse.
After people die, they take their bones and they like grind them up for bone broth.
I don't like this. What is DNA force? There's no way to definitively test DNA health, so having a claim of supporting DNA and or mitochondrial function seems far-fetched. Okay. We have Deep Cleanse Liquid, Myco ZX pills. Brain Force Plus. Oh, there we go.
Brain Force Plus. That's how you become. That's how you get a 1600 on the SAT right there.
Right.
You take Brain Force Plus.
What is it? Let's see. It's a powder, I think. Oh no, it's a pill. Okay. Can you swallow all 36 pills of Brain Force Plus in one sitting?
You get plus 36 brain power.
They sell colloidal silver, which I actually used for a while. Not his brand, but
Oh, really? Well,
I know,
you're
right?
missing out.
Shocking, right? The review snippet of the product just there's no proof that this works. But I used it for my skin for a while because my doctor was like, yeah, it's antibacterial and like your your acne could be like caused by bacteria on your face, so you should just rub that on there. It actually worked for a little while.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it got way worse, and I had to do like actual hardcore drugs to get rid of my acne.
Gotcha.
That's why my face has like
so
all
like
these,
cocaine.
Nope.
That's how you got addicted to cocaine.
No, I took Accutane, which was great, and that's why my face probably can't see in the light, but I have like a ton of acne scars, but my acne's mostly gone, so
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It was cool stuff. I was on it for like almost probably like a year and 2 months. It made my lips really dry.
That's not fun.
And apparently, if you're a girl, it makes if you have a child, they'll be like super messed up.
That's cool.
Yeah. And also, if you're a dude, it messes with your sperm. So really, if you're on Accutane, just like don't try to have a child because they will not be okay. So I was good on that one because I don't do that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, claps for that.
Claps for not having a child.
Claps for waiting till marriage.
Claps for waiting until marriage. That was the waiting until marriage sign. Scouts honor.
Were you in Boy Scouts?
Nope.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
I
we
knew
should
a
talk
guy
about
who was
our
in
Boy
Boy
Scouts
Scouts
experience sometimes because I don't have any and you don't have any, but I have a feeling we could probably make some up. And it would be funny.
The next episode of the podcast, we have a Boy Scouts meeting, unofficial.
Okay.
We're breaking off.
I'm a trip leader.
We're making the Men Scouts.
The Men Scouts. We meet up in the woods.
Because,
no shirts. Bring an axe. And
wait, this is why we do the next episode outside, because it's the next Men Scouts meeting.
Right.
And the Men Scouts meet outside, because outside is where real men are.
Thrive, especially me and all my allergies.
Mowing the lawn.
I hate mowing the lawn. It makes
Outdoor
me sneeze
work.
so much.
Chopping the wood.
I'm the only person in my house with a grass allergy, and my mom makes me mow the lawn. Every time. And like she knows that I'm allergic to grass.
Yeah. It's kind of cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, it's fine. My body
which
gets
I believe
over it
is
in
against
like
the Geneva
hours,
Convention. So.
Right. Speaking of things that I got over in 24 hours, I have both my vaccines now.
Pog.
Which is so exciting. There's my mark.
That is cool.
I'm sure you can see it. It's right there. It's really big. Anywho, my first one was actually worse. I didn't get sick, and I mean, I guess I could still get sick, but I feel fine. Feels like there's a microchip in me for sure, but like I'm not sick.
I can feel the circuits around me.
Oh yeah, I mean every once in a while, like I'll just feel like randomly in my body like a little electrical impulse.
Yeah.
I can tell that the chip is traveling throughout my bloodstream for sure.
And it's weird. Sometimes I hear Jeff Bezos in my head.
In my head,
you know?
going, buy, go to Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
Talk to Alexa for me. So yeah,
I feel like those home. Like I should probably unplug my Google Home.
Yeah, I did.
Just for security reasons.
It's not even for security reasons. It just wasn't connected to my Wi-Fi, and so the screen was just on when
there's
I slept.
That.
So I unplugged it because the brightness was hurting my eyes. But yeah,
I don't even use it that much. I use it to ask it what the weather is when I'm getting dressed to go outside.
Dude, it could be watching you getting dressed. Watch out.
It definitely does not have a camera.
Well, maybe not on the inside.
I
maybe
can
not
tell
on
you
the
that.
outside. It can hear you getting dressed.
It can definitely hear that.
I can tell by the texture of the pants ruffling today. He's wearing jeans. Jeff, quick. Send him an advertisement for jeans.
That'd be so crazy if that's what it actually did.
I would not.
Which it probably does in
I don't
some
think it's sophisticated enough
that.
to like hear like that guy's putting on jeans. But like if you're
I
talking
get
about
that,
buying
but-
jeans, like I've talked about buying stuff and then gotten advertisements for it. Like at this point, it doesn't even like bother me, which it should, but it doesn't.
I think most of the time it's probably just coincidence.
Like one time I was talking about, I know we talked about we should make this episode a true crime episode. But I was talking about how I was watching Criminal Minds. Oh, great show, by the way. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Would recommend. Unless you're like sort of antsy. Like I have a really bad habit of just like if I see something that's like live action and there's like real people in it, I'm like, oh my god, this actually happened. So then like the first time I watched it with my girlfriend, we watched this episode about this dude who was like a cannibal. And then he ended up killing a girl, and then everyone at this church retreat ate her because he made the chili and put her in the chili. It's really really gross.
Yikes.
And I literally like didn't sleep at all that night. It's like not at all. I've gotten over it since, but like it was bad. I was like, I'm gonna get eaten. This is it.
Yeah, no, watching scary stuff like that, it's not good for sleep.
I mean, some of it is really cool and like interesting. Some of it was like, oh my god, there's a murder. But it was just like this episode of this cannibal dude. It was not cool. He thought he was possessed by like a demon, and he was like, that's why I eat people. And I was like,
I could never really get into that kind of show because it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, they killed someone. Police got him. Cool. I don't need to know about it.
Yeah. So anyhow, there's that.
There's that.
Oh, I didn't even say what I was going to say. But I was watching the show, and I'm sure that my phone could pick up on the audio because literally within seconds, I was like scrolling on my Instagram, and I've never looked at anything related to Criminal Minds on my phone at all. And like I don't even have the Netflix app on my phone, which is where I watch it. So it couldn't even be picking it up from that. But I got an Instagram ad about like a post from one of the actors. And I was like, that's weird. Like that's
interesting.
That just can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Because it happened like twice, maybe even 3 times.
Maybe. Well, I mean, once it's in there once, then it tries to feed you more. So.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like with separate things. Like I'll be like, oh, I really want to buy a new keyboard.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll be like, oh my god, he's looking for a keyboard.
They latch onto that because it works, you know.
It does work, but send me a good keyboard, Jesus.
But send me good advertisements.
Hey Siri, I'm looking for a keyboard that is less than $200.
You don't even have Siri on right
I
now.
don't, actually, yeah. Don't listen to me, Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm looking for... What if I just repeated like my grocery list into my phone? And then Instagram matched me with the best price.
I mean, technically, we are
area.
recording on your computer right now, so it could, if you have like Google Chrome open.
I don't.
You know.
I don't even use Google Chrome.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Make fun of me. I use Microsoft.
But
Edge. He's so dumb. He uses
and
Bing.
I have made fun of you before, and I won't stop doing it.
I don't blame you. Bing is dumb. I hate Bing, but I can't switch my default browser, and I have a laptop which I sometimes need to use at school, and the battery life is so much better when I use Microsoft Edge because Google Chrome is like RAM.
I get it.
So I use Firefox too. I love Firefox.
Firefox is great.
Firefox is great. Will you stop making fun of me if I use Firefox?
Yeah, absolutely, because I use Firefox.
Oh, great. Okay. It's my default browser, actually.
Okay, well, that's good.
So if I open something up in Discord...
Firefox is so much better than, like, everything else.
Everything.
The only thing that I think Chrome has over Firefox is its web development tools. I think are pretty good, but...
And I'm not into web development.
You know, so if you're not a nerd, then it doesn't matter.
If you're not a big, stinky nerd...
Yeah,
then
like me.
You're not a big, stinky nerd.
Speaking of big, stinky nerds, tune in next episode for the Men Scouts episode. We're going to be doing it in the woods, for sure.
Are you doing anything next Sunday?
No.
I'm not either. We should record it outside.
We should record it outside.
Let's meet up and record it outside.
Okay, let's do it.
Cool.
Men Scouts.
Men
You
Scouts.
heard it here first.
I'm not taking off my shirt.
I'm not either.
Okay, great. But Men Scouts. I'll bring a steak.
Okay.
No, I won't. Steak is expensive.
I'll bring a pocket knife.
Okay, I could do that.
That's like a Boy Scouts thing, right?
Yeah, but what about Men Scouts? Like, what's
Neither
the
of us have any idea.
What's the evolution of like a Men Scout? Like, do I bring like a full like machete? I
was
that's
just gonna
manly.
say machete.
Maybe like an axe. I feel like an axe. I'm gonna bring an axe.
Like an axe, yeah.
I feel like if we get caught carrying axes into the park, we'll probably like be arrested though. So
I think the state troopers are cool with it.
Okay. Guess we'll find out in the next episode.
In the next episode of the Pink and Blue podcast. Mancast. That just sounds like a fishing.
It does.
Podcast. Mancast. We should also write that down.
We should fish. Write that down.
Jamie, write that down.
Who is Jamie?
We have our new assistant, Jamie. We stole from the Joe Rogan podcast.
It's Jamie from Mythbusters.
That's where he's been all this time. He's been under our supervision.
Yeah, why did they stop doing Mythbusters? Anyway, we'll talk about it next time. We should.
Next time.
It's been an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 25 of the Pink and Blue podcast. This has been Bluetoonz and Pink Boomerang. And thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.